Nice. Looks good. I hope I didn't cut off too much. Nice. Man, this type of wood is so beautiful. All right, so at this point, I'm going to mount my 2x10 any points where I can secure it, the more the merrier. So a little bit about this. Granberg is the manufacturer, and this is the Alaskan Chainsaw Mill, made of tubular aluminum and comes with zinc plated steel parts. So you have this nut and screw that fit along that channel, and this adjusts the handle orientation from left to right depending on the size of bar you're running and where you're most comfortable with having one hand on the trigger and one hand on the actual push handle. You also have this nut and bolt. That's where your adjustment for the size of your bar. Your bar will be oriented from here and the power head on the right side to your bar tip in this safety guard. This U-bolt right here and nuts orient the depth of the cut. So as you can see, there's some measurements right there, and it'll tell you the depth from the bottom of this tubular aluminum piece to your bar. These are the skis, as I call them, because they look like little snow skis, or the fence of which run along the log itself. And these are some nuts that tighten down. There's some little mounting brackets where the bar will fit in between. Once again, on this side, you have to adjust this side as well for depth of your cut. I believe all models can cut a depth of 1/2 inch to 13 inches. There's some of the tools, I don't know if I already went over this. Scrunch to adjust. Wedges, you'll want to wedge as you go, or else the weight of the off-end cut, the end of the log will start pinching the bar. I think that looks pretty damn good right there. I've loosened the mounting brackets that actually clamp onto the bar. So at this point you'll want to center it. the rectangular shape. One tip is for the bracket that goes near the tip of the bar. You don't want to mount it too close to the very tip where there's like a sprocket or some type of like spindle in there, because if you clamp it there, it actually pinches the tip and doesn't allow the chain to spin around the bar. To first do the power head side. A little at a time on each. Another thing that's smart to do is check your saw first. Make sure it actually starts, because you might get it into this mill and figure out that something's wrong with your saw, because then you have to take it all apart and put it all back together. It's almost like a pre-check, pre-operation check. This might be a little bit too early, but this is the best part. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. All right, so this is the first cut. And you can see like the rough parts where I was kind of trying to muscle it, or right there. Not applying even pressure. I think that's one of the biggest things with this. So you can tell from the end grain that I'm gonna get two pretty good pieces, maybe like 3-inch slabs. I did read somewhere that you want to avoid the heart. You can see it's right here. So once again, I had to reset the depth, and that's using these measurements on the side. Little tip from the Granberg site is, so this initial cut, you don't have that overlay that I had with the 2x10. So they recommend coming at an angle, like a 45. Gonna apply the same concept to the beginning, and I'm gonna come out at an angle so my guide rails stay on the log, excuse me, as long as possible. So here's the finished piece. Here's the other piece, and you could tell how rough it is. I'm actually kind of bummed out. There's my alarm clock. But, I mean, overall, I just wonder if it has to do with it being like, if it's termite, maybe not termite, but like some type of bug kill, if it's damaged. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, well that's it for today. We had fun with the Granberg Alaskan Mill. I hope you learned a little bit about the mill and the procedures. Once again, I'm just learning this skill. I do have a lot of fun doing it. I am a little bit bummed on the quality of the cut itself. Once again, I'm not sure if it's due to the chain, the quality of the wood, or if it was just a mix of all of them. Like even how I applied pressure when I was making my cuts. It could be any of those. If you guys have any comments or advice for me, I greatly appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of advice on my previous 038 versus 660 chainsaw video. So it's a slow process, slow learning process, but having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you guys get out there and get to learn some new skills and mill some wood. So enjoy.